Well, we came up to Artist Point in Grand Marais to see the sunrise. Unfortunately, it's not much to see with the clouds, but the waves are still pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really fun to look at, and they're pretty massive right now. Not the biggest we've seen, but still very fun to watch.
Do you have a butt flower though? Yeah, you're cute.
Well, if you're coming to the North Shore in fall or winter, be sure to bundle up. It's early October, but the temperature when we got up today was in the high 30s. And right now, we think it's maybe around 42 degrees or so, but the wind is very strong.
Yeah.
And so we've got layers. Long sleeve under this, fleece, rain jacket for the wind breaking qualities. And if it were any colder, we'd be wearing hats and gloves and scarves.
Bring layers.
Yeah, bring layers. It'll probably get warmer this afternoon. To anyone who thinks Minnesota is just boring old place, I give you Lake Superior. And it's fresh water, so it's better than the ocean.
We're Karin and Jeremy, an average couple with average jobs and limited vacation time. When we take trips, we have 1 or 2 weeks, 3 if we're lucky, and we want to see and do as much as possible when we travel. Join us as we maximize our vacation time on Mapping It.
Behind us is Grand Marais Lighthouse and the Sawtooth Mountains. So anyone who thinks that Minnesota doesn't have mountains and it's only flat, you're wrong. We technically have some mountains. They may not be as big as the ones in other parts of the country, but they exist. This is a very popular place for sunset, so I'm sure, like, we have the place to ourselves right now, but it's gonna fill up later today.
Yep.
We've never actually made it out to the lighthouse because every time we've come up, the waves have been a little intense. They're still intense today, and we have Lily, so we're probably not gonna make it out this morning, but we're definitely gonna try and come back for sunset, hopefully one of the days that we're here.
Well, I think we've had enough of Artist Point. Let's go get some breakfast. So we came to World's Best Donuts for breakfast. We got a couple donuts. They're known for their cake donuts, but they have a lot of other varieties. We even got a banana cream Bismarck. That should be good. They also have dog treats. I know. Can you high five? Yes, double high five.
She's a happy camper.
All right, my donut of choice this morning is a cinnamon sugar cake donut, and this thing, this thing looks pretty good. I think Lily wants to try.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you get off? Good girl. I've never seen a donut shaped like this before.
Yeah, some interesting shapes there.
You know, I think cake donuts originally had a little lump on them for the sole purpose of holding onto it while you dip it in coffee. You'll notice we don't have coffee because we're not coffee drinkers. So this is just a fun extra lump. Let's go. I wish I had like 10 of those. And I know I'm covered in I know I'm covered in sugar, but seriously, these are so good.
Wow.
It's like light and fluffy and cakey. It's not heavy and dense like some cake donuts can be. You have to try this thing. It's so good.
I got a chocolate frosted cake donut. They're right.
All right.
Well, that was a bit of fun. Well, Lily just had a nice little meeting with a big Bernese mountain dog, so. So the donut is perfectly just light and fluffy. It's not heavy. A little bit crisp on the outside, but then just pillowy on the inside.
So are they world's best?
Oh yeah.
Now what?
We're gonna go check out Judge Sierra Magny State Park, which is about 20 minutes out of Grand Marais.
Let's go.
We just got to Judge C.R. Magnay State Park and we're going to hike to Devil's Kettle Falls. We've never been here before, so we're very excited.
Someone thinks we should get going.
Yeah. We got our first glimpse of some falls, and the falls and the fall color looks pretty spectacular. This trail has 175 steps to it, and so far it doesn't seem like they're all together. They're in clusters.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling we're gonna come up on some pretty big stairs pretty soon.
Otherwise, the path's been pretty good.
Yeah. Well maintained, not too many rocks or roots. It's nice.
We made it to Devil's Kettle Falls.
It's a waterfall on the Brule River, and it's interesting because the waterfall splits when it hits a massive volcanic rock in the middle of the river. Half of the waterfall goes over the edge, plunging 50 feet into a pool below, and the other half of the waterfall disappears into a pothole. And for a very long time, people couldn't figure out where the water went. They tried dropping things into the pothole to see where they'd pop up downstream. They tried dyeing the river different colors in the pothole to see where the dye would surface later on. Eventually they figured it out.
So the hike to the falls is about a mile from the parking lot. There's quite a bit of elevation change going up and down and up and down. And it said there were about 175 steps, but there were definitely more than that. So just be sure to have some water and some snacks.
On the way to Devil's Kettle Falls, there's a second lower falls that you can access. Right now the bridge is washed out to get here, so it's a little bit of a scramble over some rocks and fallen trees, but it's definitely worth it for the views. State parks in Minnesota are very popular, so get here early. The trails start getting congested around 11 and everyone brings their dog. So
yeah.
If you are bringing your dog, be prepared to pass a lot of other dogs. Bring lots of Treatos. That was a pretty fun hike.
Yeah.
We had a good picnic lunch.
Good views.
Good views. A lot of waterfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota has some pretty epic waterfalls, especially on the North Shore.
Well, we're heading up the Gunflint Trail from Grand Marais. It's a great place to find hiking trails. You can also find access points to the Boundary Waters. There's a lot of colors on the leaves, a lot of nature. You can see moose, bears, coyotes. We've seen some beavers a few times. And eagles. So, very cool spot.
Well, we're going to hike Honeymoon Bluff. We've done this hike before and we've done it with Lily. It's a really nice hike and it's got some great views of a lake, and hopefully we'll see some pretty fall color while we're at it.
Well, this trail was a pretty short but steep hike up to the top, and then it's kind of just a nice little loop.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of reach a bluff area where it's overlooking a lake.
Hungry Jack Lake.
Hungry Jack Lake.
Hungry Jack makes you want some pancakes.
Yeah.
And the views are incredible.
Yeah. Oh, we stopped at the Poplar House along the Gunflint Trail for some snacks. Starting off with a beer from Bent Paddle called the Bent Hop. Refreshing.
Lily's got some water.
Well, we got a mountain of Parmesan tots with a curry ketchup. It looks so good.
Yeah.
And we got duck wings with like a hoisin glaze, maybe? Everything looks incredible. I think I'll start with a duck. Oh, look at this thing. It's got a bit of a sweet, spicy sauce, giving me a little bit of a tingle in my lips. Crunchy, crispy skin. Absolutely everything you want. This is easily a 10 out of 10 for these things.
Oh. Ever since Amsterdam, curry sauce on fries or anything potato, perfect combination.
Absolutely. A little windy out here.
A little windy.
Well, the Poplar House was really nice.
Very good food. Definitely a must stop.
Absolutely. And if the weather's nice, like, 50 degrees and breezy in Minnesota, then hang out on the back patio. It has a great view of the lake.
The Laurentian Divide runs through Minnesota, and this is a point where the water flows northward instead of southward. Behind us is Gunflint Lake, and in the distance you can see Canada.
Crossing this lake was one of the international border routes used by the voyagers in the 1600s through the 1800s. Isn't that crazy? Well, we spent most of the day on the Gunflint and we had a pretty good time, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. We made our way back to Grand Marais for sunset and it was spectacular. And right now we're looking at a full moon rising directly in front of us and that looks pretty incredible too. And I think now we're going to figure out something for dinner.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And then head back and chill. Well, there aren't too many options for dinner in Grand Marais. It's especially hard when there's so many people up here to see the fall colors.
Yeah, it seems like all of Minnesota has descended on the North Shore, specifically on this weekend, to see fall colors. So we chose to go with the North Shore institution, SVEN and OLE'S. And we're getting the pizza to go, a little bit of a wait, and then we're gonna take it back to our place. Well, I guess I should tell a SVEN and OLE joke since we are at SVEN and OLE'S. SVEN and OLE go ice fishing, and Ole pulls out a thermos. And SVEN says, "Hey Ole, what you got there?" And Ole says, "Hey SVEN, this is a thermos. Keeps hot things hot and cold things cold." And SVEN says, "So what you got in that thermos?" And Ole says, "Well, I got a popsicle and 2 cups of coffee." So our pizza came and we want to eat it while it's hot, and lucky for us there are some tables outside the restaurant. So let's check out what we got. Oh my goodness. It looks so good. I'm gonna go for this guy. Look at that. Oof. Hot. Oh, it's hot. It's very hot. This is called the Ufta pizza, and it's basically a supreme. So, oh, it smells so good.
Looks good.
You can see the steam coming off it. Perfectly cooked pizza crust. It's hard, not soggy on bottom, always a plus. Sausage, always tasty. Hot, hot. Wonderful pizza.
Roasting marshmallows.
Yeah.
best way to end the day was definitely roasting marshmallows at the fire. That was a nice way to end things. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow, and we will see you in the next one.
Come on.
Well, we came up to Artist Point at Grand Marais to see the sunset. Donut. Yes. You like donuts.
You're making a mess.
We made it to Devil's Kettle Falls.
It's part. There are two waterfalls on the Brule River, and there are two waterfalls that you pass. There are two waterfalls.
Oh, I'm downwind of your poop. Not your poop, but Lily's poop.
This is a test. 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 This is a test.